Hi, my name is Devin A. Taylor, and I'm going to begin my peer-to-peer assignment number two, a stressful event example. Mine's actually going to be about the time when I graduated from college. So first off, I'm just going to give my own description of the event. This was a big life event. I graduated college, so resulted in me moving after 4 years of living like with an apartment with my best friends on my own. I ended up being a lot closer to my family and ended up living with my sister and her boyfriend, which is a totally new experience for me. My sister was going through her own stuff, and I didn't really know her boyfriend as well as I thought. So, like, we had a lot of disagreements, and there was a lot of stress just living with her, in addition to being away from my social support system and my best friends. I also ended a 4 year relationship, so I didn't have that relationship support, and I was also sad because I was, single and alone for the first time in several years. I also didn't get into grad school the first year I applied, so I was going through the process of reapplying and kind of figuring out my life. So, the characteristics of the event that made it actually very stressful for me after going through the lecture material, I can include a threat to my social self and a threat to my social bonds. Like I said, being away from my friends and being out of a relationship, the novelty and uncertainty of this new situation I was in, a new living situation, as well as a new social situation, the uncontrollability of it all, whether I was going to meet somebody new or make new friends, etc. This was all uncertain and new once again. And also, I felt the demands were greater than the resources I had to cope with everything. As far as my own cognitive appraisal of the event, my primary thoughts and appraisal were that this is a very stressful, not a normal event and time in my life. And secondarily, did have some positive elements as far as my appraisal. Overall, I was determined to try and do my best to reapply, to date and find other social outlets, meet with my friends, drive however long to meet up with them and hang out with them, etc. But at the same time, were several negative elements in my appraisal, and I overall felt that I didn't have the resources to cope and did dwell a lot on the losses and possible future damages involved, such as me having to restart my whole career plan and being alone forever and et cetera, et cetera. And I absolutely had stress symptoms associated with the events that were occurring in my life in this short 3 to 6 month period. I had psychological symptoms. I felt a lot of anxiety. I was uneasy a lot of the time. I was sad, and I definitely had an experience with acute depression. Definitely cried a lot at this time. To continue upon that, the physical stress symptoms, I can't really remember a lot. I know like I said, I cried a lot, and I definitely had trouble sleeping, which, is associated with anxiety and depression as well. With that, I'll conclude my peer to peer presentation number two. Thank